So I got my joists in, going across, and I got a couple in on this end as well. And now it is time to put in our stairs. All right, class. Here's what we have is we are working on floor framing right now. And we have our floor plan. Now, as you see, mine is not as complete as it needs to be. But what we do have is I at least have my exterior walls, and I have my stairs. So what we want to show you today is how we map out the stairs for building. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit on my stairs here. Okay. Now, as you see, we got some measurements going all around, but we're going to get some more exact ones. So first things first, your stairs should be at least 3 feet wide. If they're not, it's not going to work. Number two, your stairs should be about 8 feet long or a little bit more. If your stairs are really short, like 4 feet, that means you are stepping down 2 feet each step, which just doesn't work. So you want to make sure that you got that taken care of. All right, now how my stairs work is if you look at my cursor, I'm heading down in this direction. We need to make sure that your stairs aren't gonna hit your outside wall here. If that's the case, you start walking down step, 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 and then you run right into the wall. That doesn't work. You need at least 3 feet at the bottom of your stairs as a landing, so then you can turn and head into your basement. And here's how we're going to check that. Down here, we have a little tape measure, and we're going to click on that tape measure. So we want to make sure if we click from the inside wall that we have at least 3 feet. Now I got 3 feet 8 1/4 here, which is perfect. Okay. So here's what we're going to do to map out where your stairs go in your floor plan. We're going to start with our outside wall. We'll go back to our tape measure here. We'll start on the outside wall, and we're going to start measuring out. So in my case, I got 4 foot 2 1/4. Now our 1/2 inch is equal to 1 foot scale can get us close enough. It can get us close to 1/2 of an inch. So in this case, I get to round. I can either round down to 4 foot 2 or I can round up to 4 foot 2 1/2. I'm going to round down to 4 foot 2, and it's going to be okay. So when I go to lay it out on my floor, I'm going to measure from my outside wall 4 foot 2 inches and make a mark. Okay. Now from here, I'm going to go to where my stairs are, and I'm going to measure this way to see how long they are. And I have 9 feet. So when I measure out, I'm going to go 4 foot 2 from my outside wall, make a mark, and then 9 feet from that mark. That's where my stairs are going to be. Now, the other thing I get to do is I get to see how wide my stairs are. So I start to where my stairs are, and I got 3 feet 6 inches. I have 42 inches wide is what my stairs are. Your stairs are going to be somewhere in between 3 feet and 4 feet. Now, if you have a U-shaped stair where you head down and then you turn and then you head down the other way, your stairs are going to be much wider, and that's fine. But if you just have a single lane, it's going to be between 3 feet and 4 feet. So now that I have that information, I can transfer that onto my floor frame that I'm building, and we can move along from there. And we will show you how to frame that up. Now, according to my floor plan, we have 4 foot 2 inches from the outside wall is where my stairs are going to end. And then they go 9 feet this way. So I'm going to take my architectural scale. We're building in the 1/2 inch is equal to 1 foot scale. I'm lining 0 up on this end. And I'm going to mark out 4 foot 2 inches on my side here. Okay, so right here is where my stairs are going to be. And then I need 9 feet from there. So 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, so 9 feet's pretty interesting. It ends right on this joist. So we're going to show you what we do with that. I need stairs going this wide, and my stairs, if I were walking, I'd be walking, 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 and then I'd be heading down here. Okay? So there's two of my numbers. My other number is my stairs are 42 inches wide from side to side. But here's the kicker, is we can't have our stairs go down starting in our foundation wall, because that just wouldn't work. So the measurement for this one has to come from where your foundation wall starts. So from here, I get to mark out 42 inches. So I'm going to mark out where my stairs are right here, and then plus 42. Okay, so from here to here is where my stairs are going to be. And then I would mark that out over here, except my stairs start here, so I can get one more joist in before we got to start doing our headers and our tail joists. So let me get this one cut and glued. In there, good. Right on those lines. Okay, so I'm going to put that same mark in as well, 42 inches over here. Once I find my scale, there we go. So right here is nice and even with our side wall, and 42 inches. All right, so at this point, we are going to install our header. Now, what a header is it is just two boards glued together and put right up to those lines. Now, you can do this a couple ways. You can measure the length and then cut each board individually and then glue them together. Or if you're working in class and you can work with a scroll saw, you can glue these two boards together and then make one cut on the scroll saw. So I would recommend, if that was you, to do that. Now that one I cut just a hair long, so I'm going to recut it. Okay. All right, I like how that one fits in. So I'm going to cut its partner here. Excellent. Now I just glue these two pieces together. So we put two in instead of one because this header is taking on a whole lot of weight for that floor frame. Anytime you got a stairway, you're going to want some extra support in there because our joists obviously are getting interrupted. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing for this end, and actually it should be the same here. So I can just butt these up on one end and make my cut. Okay, I'm going to do the same over here. There we go. Now I'm going to glue these two headers together. Flushing up my ends. Now you might have these kind of things too. This is just from the bandsaw. You can easily just kind of scratch those off if they're bugging you. All right, so now I got my two headers and I got my marks for my stairs here. Now I'm gonna try to get you guys a close-up on this. So hang with me for a moment. Oh, that's gonna work out nice there. Here we go. Okay, so I got my marks for where my stairs need to go, and I got my headers. So I'm going to put these headers in place. I'm going to glue both ends, and because my stairs are going to be 42 inches wide, I'm going to go on the outside of my lines like that, and I'm going to put that in. Just like that. Now, I'm going to recheck my marks here. This looks crooked to me, and I don't want it to be crooked. I want it to be perfect. All right, so I got 42 inches. Sure, this mark isn't really flush with what I need. I need a little more here. So I got to bring this back to here, okay? So even your teacher makes a mistake here and there, so don't feel so bad if that happens to you. Now, that looks a little bit better. Yeah, it's running a little bit better. Okay. All right, I'll take my other header. I'm going to glue that guy in place. So a little glue there, a little glue there. And again, we're going to the inside this time. Got my new mark there. Okay, and then we're just going to squeeze that guy together. That one looks a little better. Okay, I got some glue up here, so I'm just going to wipe that off. All right, so my 1/2 inch. There we go. All right, so I have my opening for my stairs ready to go. It is the 108 inches that I need, or the 9 feet long. It is the 42 inches wide, and I just took care of my stairs. Now I'm going to back you guys back out here for a minute. Okay, that kind of looks like where we were. Good. All right, so now what do I do? Well, now we get to do what we call, what we're going to do is our tail joists. Boards that will run exactly where our old marks were are going to go right into this header. We're going to do the same thing down on this end, okay? But because this header is now taking on all the weight of all these tail joists, we're going to double up these sides as well. So you would notice this in your own house if you could kind of peel off some of the layers. But by doubling it up, we are literally doubling up the strength of it, which is what we are going for. So what's neat about this one, since I cut it and it's going to go right on the side of the other one, is we can just put a bead of glue on the side and tuck this in like so, push down, squeeze together. There it is. Now, I did a little overkill because I did it all the way, but the truth is this girder supports the weight of this half. So you don't actually have to take this all the way over. I'll show you on this one what we can do is as long as we go to the other side of our girder here, we can mark it out right there. We can cut this guy. And this over here is going to support just the same as this one going all the way over here. So again, I got a little excited and went all the way across when I didn't need to. So we'll put this one in, get that nice and tight. So now from the tail joints that we're going to start putting in here, we'll go from there. What we don't have though is any marks on this side. So we know that this inner one right here was right at 2 feet. And so what I can do is line that guy up and start marking 2 feet again on my header. Okay, and I can do the same on this one. Okay, so we butt up, we mark like so, we make a cut, and we're ready to glue. So this guy is called, again, a tail joist. Call it a tail. It's a little shorter than a regular joist, but it goes directly on the marks that we need. So there's one, and then you just get to finish this out. So you have your girder in, you have your sill down, you have your band joists up on your 2 ends, you have joists cut and installed, you have your header in place for your stairs, you got your tail joists that we're installing right now going into your header. So really the only thing left for you guys to do is finish out these tail joists, and then we are ready to start putting subfloor down. All right, so I'm going to get this last one in, and then we are going to show you all about subfloor. Okay. All right. I'll put these little ones in on my own. They'll be a little bit tougher, but I'll be able to get them in, and we'll come back and we'll do some subfloor.